What's up guys, my name is Andy. In this video, I'm gonna put the GT350 stripes on my 66 Mustang. I got this car painted not too long ago and I wanna finish that job by getting these stripes on the bottom of the doors and the rocker panels. But before we get this installed, there's a couple things that I need to get the car prepped. First thing you're gonna wanna do is get yourself a wax and grease remover to clean the rocker panel on your car. You know, you got this natural crease here in the fender and the door. Really, you don't need to get much up above this, but you're gonna be taping to it. So you're gonna wanna get this whole area nice and clean and get everything, you know, all of the bug guts and or tar or any of the kind of stuff that gets stuck to the bottom of your car from driving around the road. Get all that cleaned up so we can get it prepped and get it ready. I had just got done doing that, so I'm good to go. Plus the car has been painted and I haven't gone anywhere yet, so it's still clean, right? But I went ahead and just cleaned it off just in case. And then, because I'm gonna do the GT350 part, I don't have like a lot of the Fastbacks have like the Mustang badging right here. And what's nice about that is I can kind of help locate this front sticker piece, but I'm gonna do the GT350, so I need to locate that on here. So I'm gonna put a piece of tape with a marker before I get that up so I can get everything set up so I can mark that in the right spot. And then we're gonna put the piece along the door here and then the piece on the quarter panel. You're gonna notice that this natural crease in the bottom of the door, you're gonna want this sticker to be basically aligned in the center of that. And as you get everything stuffed, you know, tape one end and kind of move to the other end and kind of eyeball it and get everything lined up as best you can. And we're gonna do that piece first, then we'll stick this piece on, then we'll stick that piece on. So let me get started. Now they say that from this edge of the fender to the end of the blue center stripe before the GT350 word, it's supposed to be 2¼ inches. Two things. One, my car's not a real GT350, so I'm not as concerned about that exact measurement. And because I wasn't paying attention, the other side is already at 2½ inches, so I'm gonna do 2½ inches on this side. And I'm just gonna put a piece of tape on here and get it above where that natural crease is, because the sticker's gotta go here, and I don't wanna get this in the way of the sticker. And I'm just gonna measure over 2½ inches because I messed up, but it's supposed to be 2¼ inches, the people that want to keep that accurate. And I'm going to mark right where 2½ is. And really, because this actually tapers away, it's supposed to be from the center of the stripe. So kind of halfway in between this here and here is where you're going to want to measure from, which I know the tape's a long ways away, but we're going to have to just eyeball it for what we're doing here. And right about there, and this is close enough for what I'm doing. Again, this is not a real GT350, so I'm not trying to do a full restoration and get that perfect, but for what I'm doing, this is good enough. Cool, so now that's good. Let's go ahead and put the center stripe on. Once we get that located, we'll use that to guide where the front stripe and the rear stripe's gonna go. And before I tape this up there, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make several pieces of tape I'm gonna use as the tape that holds us up there. Kind of a pro tip, if you fold over just the edge of it, and then tear off a piece, what I've got is a nice clean edge that I can grab if I have to reposition this vinyl sticker before I get everything locked in place. So each one I'll just fold over the edge and then get myself a little piece that I can, again, grab a hold of it. We'll get ourselves several of these pieces. Now, I have not found a difference in putting it this way or flipping it over and putting it that way. So I'm just going to let the words on this top sticker piece be up, and that'll be good enough. And you're going to find that you're going to have a little more than you need. So probably kind of about that much extra on each end. So 3/4 inch or so. Actually, one thing we need to do before we get this started, I'm going to cut the end of this sticker. So you see how the stripes stop before the end of the sticker? I'm going to cut that so that it's flush, because I'm going to use that to help align the pieces. There, that'll work. We'll do the same thing to the other side. There we go. And get myself, again, roughly center this piece front to back so that I have about the same amount of overlap of this piece on the front and the back. I'm gonna just use my knee just to hold it in place. I got the car jacked up. It's a lot easier the higher the car is to do this. If the car's on the ground, you're gonna be bending over to do this and it's harder to see everything, so probably should have pointed that out. Now, another thing too is on my particular sticker kit here, the width from the bottom of the door to this natural crease in the door it's this white part is just a little bit wider. So I'm gonna wanna try to figure out the best place where the sticker is centered between this crease and the bottom. Another thing too, guys, my gaps are not perfect. My car's not perfect. And in fact, you'll notice that the natural crease in the fender and the door don't line up. This is an aftermarket piece. This is what I have to work with, so this is what I'm gonna work with. In your guys' car, you probably have original pieces and it'll line up better. This is just something that I have to work with, so. Okay, that feels like it's centered. There we go. Put a piece down here. There. Now on this, you could come all the way to the back and tape the back piece, but I'm not ready yet. I'm just gonna use a piece just to hold this in the center for now. There, that'll hold the center of it up. Then I can come back here and get a better feel for where the back of the sticker falls. There, I'm happy with that. All right, so for the front sticker, you'll notice I've got plenty of extra stripe on either side, and this allows you to put this wording, particularly if you got the GT350, wherever you want. And again, this edge of the sticker is supposed to be 2¼ inches from the edge, but I'm doing 2½ because, again, I messed up. So if I were to put that roughly right, I got my mark right here. It's hard to see on the camera, but there's my mark, put that edge there. And I'm just gonna eyeball stuff for right now. That tells me I can cut off quite a bit off the end here. And I wanna cut enough off so that's not overlapping onto the door, but I have enough that I can wrap around the back side of the fender. I'm gonna stick it underneath the door one so that I can use the clean edge of the door sticker to force the alignment of the front sticker. Again, I'm using that mark here to line this up, and the best I can tell is it's right there. Okay. What I'm gonna do real quick is measure, let's measure, so the edge, yeah, cool, all right. So then for this part, how am I gonna make this go out and be where it needs to be? Well, first, let's cut off this extra on the end here because we're not gonna need that. In fact, actually, I'm not gonna wrap the sticker around the front. I'm gonna cut it off just before the edge of this. All the rocks and stuff that gets heaped up here is gonna tear up the sticker, and I'm just gonna make a nice clean edge, and it'll just stop before it wraps around. So I'm gonna take this level and use the top edge of the sticker and just see where I need to be. All right, go up a little bit. As you play around with this, it's gonna take a little bit to make sure you get everything lined up. Okay, right there. Is level. Again, just using this top lip of the sticker to kind of rest this on. There, level, okay, cool. We'll come out here, this guy, and this is still lined up here. Okay. All right, talking about this edge, I'm gonna just crease this over so I can know where the edge is. I'm just gonna make a mark with a pen where that edge is on this top layer of the sticker. And then when I take this off, I'll actually cut it like a 1/16 of an inch or something like that, just short of that mark, so that it doesn't go around the edge and create an edge for it to get snapped, caught on and pulled off. So, and then for the back one, again, we have plenty of label for what we've got here. So I'm just gonna make sure I got enough for the front, and then I can cut off plenty of there on the back. Same thing on this. I'm going to cut the front lip off so that it aligns with this, the door sticker better. Okay, using that same method with this level. Best I can. Take that guy right there and hold that down there. Okay, same thing with the back. We'll fold this around the back edge, create a mark so I know where to cut. And before we do the next step, this is your chance to just make sure you're happy with everything, where everything's located, everything lines up, everything's good. So now what I want to do is I'm going to create a sticker that I can use as a guide so that I got the vinyl sticker positioned front to back. What we'll do is we'll take a piece of tape and I'm going to use the bottom edge of the tape on the top edge of the sticker here just to create a place for where this piece can butt up next to it, so I know that elevation wise I'm in the right spot. There. And then I'm going to make a couple of marks so that I know where this is going to line up when I put this back on there. And by having that set up like that, I can position it left to right, up to down, to get everything back where it was, because I got to take this off to take the back piece off, and then I got to put it back on the car. Now that I got all my alignment stickers in place, I'm going to start with this back one. I'm going to take it off, and then I'm going to lay it down and pull the back of this off and spray it with some soapy water so I can get it ready to put back on the car. Actually, first I'm going to cut this back edge off like I was talking about before. And remember, I'm just going to cut just shy of those marks, like a 1/16 or so. And that will just allow this to stop just before the back. What I've got here is this is just a 24-ounce bottle, and I have a half a teaspoon of some Dawn dish soap mixed in here to make just kind of a slick little lubricant that I can spray in the back of this and allow me to position the sticker on the car. Before we peel off the back, we need to get these stickers off the front because these are not going to be any good to me because they're going to get stuff sprayed on them and they won't stick to the car anyways. And we can peel this off the back. And your vinyl sticker should be sticking to that front layer. And what we've got exposed is the sticky part of the vinyl sticker. Spray this, and then we're going to stick it up on the car. And being mindful of my little marks that I made on the tape here, we'll just put this in place. And again, I'll get it. We want it to be underneath the door sticker. And we actually want it to be inside the door edge just a little bit like that. And now we can slide this up and down to lock it in place. And we're gonna align it with those marks and align it with the front, or I guess the back edge of the door sticker. It looks good. We're gonna lock it down with some more tape. There we go. Now we're going to spray this on here, get this outside sticker wet so this will slide. I'm just using your basic, like these are like applicators for like Bondo and stuff like that. You can get these scrapers at your local auto parts store. And I'm just going to start at the top, push all the water down to the bottom so it runs out the bottom. Just kind of work my way back. Careful you don't catch it on the sticker or the piece of tape. Okay, now we can start peeling off this front sticker piece. And before we peel this off, I'm gonna get this piece of tape off of here. Get this, trying to make sure you're not moving anything. Get this out of the way. This piece can stay here for now, it's not hurting anything. And we're gonna grab this edge of the top layer, and if you can get your squeegee piece to kind of hold down the very edge, the very corner of this, and we can use our finger and just kind of pull this piece. If you can fold it all the way back and kind of pull it as far, like almost like 180 degrees, it'll make it easier to pull this off the vinyl sticker without pulling up the vinyl sticker. take our time and just gently peel this back, and it should leave the vinyl sticker in place. Again, fold this thing back as far as you can so you're like sliding it against the car so that it doesn't pull up on the vinyl piece. It's stuck to the car. Now this is going to be the tricky part because I want to continue to pull this sticker off the top layer, but not try to stretch the vinyl at all. And yeah, I got to be careful pulling off the car. And we're going to take this off and wrap these pieces around the corner. Now these may not stick well, and they say there's a secret trick that you can do. You can use some clear, like nail polish, and it will act like a glue if you can't get these to stick down. And we can also use a heat gun too, which we'll try here. Once I get everything done, I can come back and I can hit this with a heat gun and try to make it stick. But for now, we're good. All right. All right, that looks pretty good. So now let's move on to the center stripe. Again, I can pull this off the car because I've got my markers to tell me where everything lines up. So I can go ahead and pull this off. We're going to pull the tape off. We're not going to be able to use this. Again, we're going to tuck this front edge inside the door here. And then line up our lines. Again, we're going to be using the finish sticker here to line this up in the back and the front sticker to make sure that the elevation-wise it's good. I'll just spray this on the outside, just get the outside of the sticker wet. This will slide easier. All right, now we can start to peel this off. We leave this on here so that we can hold it in place. This needs to peel around the back here. Now this part, again, it's tricky because you got to get this vinyl to wrap around the door. We got to open the door and tuck this back there and then reach around the door and wrap that around the front. You have to do it from the inside of the door. It's not easy to get to these little pieces here. Again, we can come back with the hairdryer option if we need to. There. Stick that back on there. Cool. All right. Well, it's not exactly like I wanted. Oh, careful. There. Now we can do the front sticker. And before I'm just going to trim a little bit off of this. I don't quite need all this on here. There we go, that's better. Okay, everything is good. I think I can go ahead and pull this off. I'll cut this piece. Remember, we got to trim this short so it doesn't wrap around the front. And then I think we can get this thing prepped and ready to stick on. Again, I'm just going to cut just this side of the dots so that it doesn't quite wrap around the front. All right, now we got everything locked in like we did before. going to start here in this corner. Just kind of help hold that in place while I peel this top sticker back. And when you get to the numbers, we just need to be careful again that the edge doesn't pick up. So like I was saying before, if you get in a spot where this doesn't want to lay down, what we can do is we can take like a heat gun, like one of these kind of things, or a hair dryer, and just hit a little bit of heat on it, and it'll create this thing, it'll create a situation where this thing wants this to lay down. There, that looks a lot better. I'll do the same thing on the doors here. I probably could have trimmed these a little shorter, but that's okay, it's not hurt anything. And just like that, we've got stripes in the car. I think this came out really good. I would recommend, following the directions if you have a 66, because of the spacing of this piece. I wish I was paying attention more, but not a problem. If you're gonna be better on the second stripe than you're on the first one, right? So I did the driver's side first, and coming over here, I think I was a little smoother with the passenger side. And the reason why I say that is do the side that you're gonna be on the most. I'm gonna be on the driver's side, so I probably would have started with the passenger side and got that guy done, kind of work out all the kinks, make sure I know exactly what I'm doing, I'm not missing any steps, so when I go over to the driver's side, it's better because that's the side I'm gonna see all the time, right? Because when I'm driving. So, but other than that, I think this came out really good. I'm really happy with it. It was easier than I thought it was gonna be. I thought this would be more of a struggle to line things up, and when you're pulling those layers apart, that this would shift or move or whatever, and it just went down easier than I thought, which is what I wanted, right? And then again, having a good clean surface. If your car's dirty, it's not gonna stick to it. That's why you need that wax and grease remover before you put these on, because you need to get all that stuff off the car, because the vinyl is not gonna stick to the car, it'll stick to that stuff. And then if there's any dust and little bumps and stuff, you'll see that in the sticker, that'll stick up and stick out on there. So, awesome. I gotta put the car back on the ground and get out of the garage and go for a drive. I wanna go for a drive on this nice sunny day. So anyways, guys, that's it. That's stripes on your classic Mustang. You guys, if you give me a thumbs up, I appreciate it because it helps my channel out, and we'll see you in the next one.